3:9:23.
Everybody, welcome back to Krebsbach Racing. We're at UMI Motorsports Park for UMI Performance's King of the Mountain Autocross. As you can see, we're on an asphalt oval. We have about 100 cars here, 150 I think, with an infield. Pretty cool track to drive at. Now the way that this event works is we have 2 days of autocross. Day 1 is the first day qualifier, and then day 2 is another qualifier. Our fastest time from today is added to our fastest time tomorrow, and that is our combined time to get into the shootout. So we need to be top 12 or more to get into the shootout. The track is a little bit wet right now. It's slowly drying. We're kind of the last group to go out. So it's slowly drying, which should be okay for us. We get 3 runs in the morning, 4 runs in the afternoon. So hopefully we don't have any breakdowns. Hopefully everything's good on the car, and we'll see how the event goes.
Alright, we made it through our first run. We picked up a cone. The name of the game today is to get a clean run as quick as possible. That is pretty quick, so you're not struggling late trying to get a fast run if you've coned all your first runs. Just feeling out the car. Haven't driven it all year. Dealing with an ABS issue that I had earlier. I had the light on, as you can see on my dash, but ABS seems to be working, so the car and all its parts seem to be working well. Just trying to feel everything out, get through the second run, trying to be quick. We're through the lights with a 35.533 that was clean, and I do believe this was FTD at the time after 2 runs. Now I know that time isn't going to stand, so we're just going to push for more time now that we got a quick clean one. We're trying to maximize all of our throttle here, get close as we can to all the cones without hitting them, of course. We were trading places back and forth with Joss Luster in another great Evo 9. Super fast driver. It was a lot of fun going back and forth with him. Getting a little more speed here, carrying more through here. On throttle as soon as we can. And we're through the lights with a 34.93, so we knocked off another half second, and the run is also clean. Alright, we get 4 more runs in the afternoon, and I coned 3 of them. This is my only clean run and fastest run of the day. Ran a 34.79 with this run. Ran a few times that were a little bit faster, but wasn't able to stay away from the cones. And I was just shaking off the cobwebs. I will say again, this is the first time I've had the car out this year. Probably hit 7 or 8 cones the first day, and it did get a little bit cleaner throughout the event.
Morning everybody, it is day 2 at King of the Mountain. Day 1 went pretty well. We ended up 4th after all of the runs. We got 8 runs yesterday. We were about 4 or 5 tenths behind first place, so we could have showed a little more pace. The car was performing pretty well. We're just working on handling tweaks now, trying to find some more pace. No problems, no issues so far, so you can't ask for anything better than that. We're going to show you guys a few cars that we're going up against. There's some really fast drivers here, really well built cars. This is Andy Smedegard in a K24 S2000 with about 100 shot of NOS. Always fast, running about a second behind what the top times are, but he's in a different class, so he just needs to win his class to get into the shootout. This is the other fast Evo that we're going up against, the right color, gray one. Aaron Chu and Josh Luster are co-driving this car. Super fast, they were 1 and 2 today, and we'll try to keep up with them on day number 2. Awesome competitors, love racing against these guys. We kind of had a little back and forth yesterday, going faster and faster. I made a joke, you know, your turn, beat you. You came back and beat me, your turn. So we just mutual respect, love racing against these guys. Wish them the best.
This is Justin Peachy's Corvette. He's always fast, always makes a shootout. He's only maybe a tenth or two behind me in day 1. And this is Brian Peters in a C7 Z06, I believe. He was a tenth ahead of me after day 1. Until this point, everything's going pretty good. We're sitting, I think, top 3 right now with the 35.0. So we're just trying to pick up some more time. Trying to get a little more speed into these corners. Be a little more precise, get closer to the cones. We do have a nice clean run, so we can push a little bit here now, the last 3 runs. Coming through here on full throttle, and I try to shift to 3rd here, and something happens and the car just dies. So I'm trying to figure it out right away. Try starting the car a few times, not by popping the clutch, but just by trying to start it. Listening for engine noises, nothing seems out of the ordinary when turning the car over. It just won't start. I did have an overboost on my dash, so something had overboosted. So in my mind, I'm thinking maybe like I blew a turbo or something like that. Kind of worst case scenario that goes through your head right away. Try to start it a few more times and decide to give up in just a second. Ronnie comes by and asks how everything's going.
Won't start. Nope. I had an overboost. push back there. Come off? I don't know. It might be a turbo or something like that. No, it won't start. No.
Battery's good?
Yeah, battery's
Not good?
So we get the car pushed back to the pits, and we're looking over the car. I kind of look and take the intake off, see if the turbo is fine. Everything seems fine there. And then Andy Smetnagard noticed that the map sensor had come unplugged. There was no clip on the map sensor. So we plugged that back in, put a wire around it, and the car fires right back up. Easy fix. We did not improve on run number 5. Currently we're sitting second in class. This is my last run of the day. Through the lights, and we just barely improve on our run from before by just a few tenths. So staying in second for day 2 qualifier.
Alright guys, we made the shootout. We qualified P2 overall for the first 2 days. We have some fast drivers, Justin Beachy, Aaron Shue, Josh Luster, Brian Peters, and Corvettes, and another Evo, and another Corvette. So we got our work cut off for us. It's going to be really close. The guys that were behind me were only a few tenths. Josh Luster and those guys were a few tenths ahead of me, so we're looking forward to an exciting night. We'll see how things turn out.
This is the first round of the shootout, and the way this works is there are 12 people that qualified in my class for the shootout, and we are eliminating 6 of them right now. So everybody gets 1 run, and they are eliminating the slowest 6 drivers. So you need to be super fast and super clean with 0 penalties in order to get through. Come through the lights with a clean run, a 55.732, which puts us in second place. Pretty good showing. The rest of the event is lined up. The slower guys have to go first, which gives you a little bit of an advantage. You get to see their run first to see if they cone or not. So we're sitting pretty good going into round 2. We are now knocking 6 drivers down to 2, so only the fastest 2 times go on. 4 guys have ran before me already, and the fastest time is a 55.7. My first run was a 55.6, so I need to be super fast, super clean. I need to put a good run together. There's only 1 driver after me, so if I beat a 55.7, I should be clear for getting into the next round. through the lights with a 54.762. This is the fastest time of the day so far, and we are sitting pretty good right now going into round 3, up against Eric Peachy with a 55.7. The 3 fastest guys that were faster than me the day 1 and day 2 are all out. So all we have left to do is go up against Eric Peachy in the class final to decide who goes into the final shootout with the 4 winners from the other classes.
Attacking the slalom. Hard on the throttle, high line, hammering it toward the finish line. Peachy 56.005. That's a run, ladies and gentlemen. 56.005 for Eric Peachy. And Krebsbach in the Evo 9 getting ready to run now. Okay. Krebsbach last time around ran a 54.7. Krebsbach, if he attacks this racetrack and the cones stay out of his way, it is going to be blisteringly fast. His last run, a 54.7. Peachy just ran 56.005. A 56.004 or better puts Krebsbach in the super late model win. Oh my God, let's see what happens as he goes flying around Corn Dog Corner. Look at the drone footage there. Oh man, this thing is looking good. Nice line up on out of 2 into the slalom. Oh, and he's attacking it. Attacking it right there, Ramey. NASCAR 3 dives down the hill, back up, trying to keep it clean. Oh, look at this, Krebsbach, hard on the throttle, all that boost going through the Evo 9. 54.334. Wow, 54.3.
And just like that, we have made it into the championship shootout. So the 4 class kings go up against each other. Myself, Jared Leisinger, Chris Wheatcraft, and Sam Strano. The rules are you cannot touch your car during the shootout. You get 3 runs all in a row. No checking tire pressures or cooling them off with water or anything like that. Just 3 straight runs, one at a time, and your cumulative score is added up. And the driver with the shortest amount of time is going home with $15,000.
On the limiter hard, 53.923. Wow, Sean says, hey, that 54 was cute, Sam. Watch this.
Hell yeah, 53. Let's go.
The first run went extremely well. We are currently sitting 1 second ahead of everybody in first place with 2 more runs to go. This is about run 1.5, and right about here you can kind of see the tires getting a little greasy. I'm having to fight the steering wheel a little bit to get the car to turn. This run was a little bit sloppier than the last one, so it was just a little bit slower, but still decent. After 2 runs, I'm still ahead by about 1.4 seconds, and Sam Strano puts down a hell of a run on his 3rd run with a 54.3, meaning that I need to run faster than a 55, about 7-ish, in order to take 1st place.
I get 2 or what? Did I get some cones or not?
Checking to see if it was 2.
Okay. Tires are getting greasy. Alright guys, that is the end of the event. We came so close to getting 1st place back to back. We ended up taking 2nd place, took home $5,000. The last run the car just got a little greasy, started sliding around, felt slow. So initially the car felt slow. We need to keep going faster. And it just kind of got in my head a little bit. I thought no way in hell I would run a 54.1 on that run, but we had time. We had about 1.5 seconds that we could have kind of used and went a little bit slower, but it is what it is. We came home with 2nd place and we'll be back next year.